Jordan, open, Chicago with the lead!
Alright, old school NBA fans, self-research, NBA facts. Got another video for you. As always, thanks to anybody who watches my videos, subscribes to my channel. I really appreciate it. And this video is going to be part 6 of my Scottie Pippen deserved a finals MVP instead of Michael Jordan. This is 1998. Obviously, this is as big a joke as any of the rest of them. There's not one that stands out. There's not one that Pippen should have won. It's all a big joke. But either way, let's get into the details of 1998. We'll hear Pippen's case, we'll hear Jordan's case. So game 1 was in Utah, who had home court advantage. We all know this. It was a close game down to the end. Utah was up 1 with the ball, and here's the end of it.
3-point lead. Kukoc. Down to Michael with Russell on him. He tips it to Pippen. Can he beat the horn? He can. But he misses it. And game 1 goes to Utah in overtime. A game they had to sweat to win with their best player having a subpar night.
This was a game that went to overtime. It was, like I said, a very close game. As you saw, Pippen had a chance to tie the game. No, it's not the end of the world. It's not a make or break thing about Scottie Pippen, but, you know, he didn't make the shot. It is what it is. Game 1. Michael Jordan was 13 for 29, shot 44.8% from the field. 3 rebounds, 2 assists, no steals, 2 blocks, 6 for 8 from the line. He had 33 points, no turnovers, a game score of 20.0. He had a solid game, wasn't over the top great or anything like that. And Jordan was not getting a lot of rebounds or a lot of assists because nobody else could really score in 97 or 98. Pippen chipped in what he could, but Jordan had to account for so much of the scoring for them to win. Scottie Pippen in game 1 was 7 for 19, 36.8% shooting, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block, 6 for 6 from the line. He had 21 points, which was pretty good. 5 turnovers, that's not so good, and a game score of 10.7. So Jordan is double him on the game score. Game 2 was another close game in Utah. Back and forth. Utah was leading the game, 4 or 5 points here. Maybe the Bulls would take like a 1-point lead. It was that way all the way down. And here's the final, about minute 10 left in the game. And look who makes the key plays and ices the game on the free throw line.
Hornacek. A minute 20 to play. Pippen's shot isn't there, and Malone will take it. Kerr, pull up 3. No, got his own rebound. Michael hits it, and Chicago reclaims the lead. There's a foul as well.
Say enough. Kerr, watch Kerr shoot this ball. Nobody blocks him out. He gets it back, the smallest player on the floor, and finds Michael Jordan, who gets fouled and is going to get a 3-point play opportunity.
Michael Jordan has taken 33 shots to score 34 points, but what's important is that his team now leads by a basket. Harper into Jordan. Russell pushed him field and has 35 points. .37 for Michael. Stockton from half court. Chicago comes into Salt Lake City, weary or not, and gets out with a split.
Yeah, so they evened up the series 1-1. In game 2, Michael Jordan shot 14 for 33 from the field, 42.4%. 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 9 for 10 from the line, 37 points, no turnovers again, a game score of 24.8. That's very good. Scottie Pippen was 7 for 13, 53.8%. That's not bad at all. It's good. 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 7 for 7 from the line. He was shooting really good from the free throw line. 21 points, 2 turnovers, and a game score of 19 even. He was now 13 for 13 from the line in the first 2 games. Pippen was. He was shooting good from the line. But ultimately, Jordan is still outplaying Pippen. I don't know how that's up for debate, even though Pippen is playing pretty good. Game 3 was just a simple bloodbath. That's what it was. The Bulls were crushing them. In the third quarter, it got out of hand. In the beginning of the fourth quarter, they pulled the starters, which was the right thing to do. They're beating them by almost 40 points. Final score was 96-54. I mean, it was just a rout, a joke. Game 3, Michael Jordan shot 7 for 14, which is a low number of shots for him because he only played 3 quarters. 50% from the field, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 10 for 11 from the line, 24 points, 2 turnovers, a game score of 18.6. Again, that's good. Not great or outstanding, but it's good. This is the Utah Jazz we're talking about. People may not realize this, but Utah was actually a really good team. Scottie Pippen in Game 3 was 5 for 10 from the field, also 50%. He had 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, 0 for 1 from the free throw line. He had 10 points, 2 turnovers. His game score was 8.5. It's because he only scored 10 points. That's what's going to happen with that. For the first 3 games of the series, the first half, clearly Michael Jordan is outplaying Scottie Pippen. His average game score is right around 20, 21, something like that, where Scottie Pippen's average game score is probably closer to about 12 to 13. It's clear. In Game 4, it was another close game, back and forth. Here's the last 2 minutes, 20 seconds of Game 4, a low-scoring game. We're in the low 70s, only 2:20 to go. Here you go.
Anderson, who's done a good job defensively on Jordan. Michael tests him again, and this time gets the hoop. Remember, Anderson's playing with 5 fouls. Into Morris for the dunk as Jordan got there late. Again, a 1-point game. Jordan, Patterson leaning on him. Michael spins and scores.
Bob, you got to run at him. Right now, they got 2 guys on the floor. Harper.
The Bulls win Game 4, 86-82. Scottie Pippen had his best game of the series, bar none. He had an excellent game, and they went up 3-1, basically cinched the series, but Utah was not dead. It just looked like it at the time. In Game 4, Michael Jordan was 12 for 27 from the field, 44.4%, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, no blocks, 10 for 15 from the line. He had 34 points, 3 turnovers. His game score was 21.5. Scottie Pippen was 9 for 18 from the field. That's 50%. That's the 3rd game in a row that he shot 50% or better. That's actually really good. He had 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, no blocks, 5 for 8 from the line, 28 points, only 1 turnover. Easily his best game. His game score, 25.2. Pippen through the first 4 games, it was fairly close at that point. I'd say Jordan just a hair better because of the moments that he had. But overall, Pippen was kind of keeping up with Jordan. I would have to say that. But then that's where it ended. Game 5, the Bulls are up 3-1. Utah's playing like a desperate team would for survival. The Bulls trailed the whole game, 4 to 7 points all the way through. And Utah ended up winning it 83-81. The Bulls just seem to be overconfident. Now, they've done this through the years. 93, they were up 3-1 against Phoenix. A chance to win it in Chicago in Game 5. Couldn't do it. In 96, they were up 3-0, 3-1 on Seattle. Couldn't win. And then in 98, same thing. They're up 3-1 on their home floor and couldn't get it done. I think that in their minds, they're already making their celebration plans, but they shouldn't have did that. But it forced the Game 6 in Utah, which is now an epic classic game. In Game 5, Michael Jordan struggled, but Pippen was abysmal. Michael Jordan was 9 for 26 from the field. That's only 34.6%. That's not very good at all. 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, no blocks, 10 for 11 from the line, though. That's kind of what saved him from having a horrid game. 28 points, 4 turnovers. His game score is 14.8. For Michael Jordan standards, this was a flat-out bad game. Shot good from the line, and that's about all you could really say. He had a lot of turnovers. He didn't shoot good. It was just bad game for Michael Jordan all the way around. I think the overconfidence got to him. Scottie Pippen, though, this dude was atrocious shooting the ball. His stats are going to look like, what do you mean? He had a good game, but he didn't. Scottie Pippen shot 2 for 16, 12.5%, 11 rebounds, 11 assists, 3 steals, 1 block, 2 for 2 from the line. But he only had 6 points. That's it, 6. 4 turnovers, a game score of 6.3. Here's a guy that grabbed 11 rebounds and 11 assists and ended up with a game score of 6.3. How do you do that? You have 4 turnovers and you shoot 12.5%. That's how you do it. Game 6. At the beginning of the game, they're discussing the Bulls' health. And it isn't only Scottie Pippen they're talking about.
The big news on the Bulls is the condition of Scottie Pippen. As was reported earlier in our pregame show, he did take an injection yesterday. He told me he hurt that back in Game 3 and Game 4, irritated a little bit more. Before the game today, he said he had everything he could have done to it. He had electrical stimulation, then he iced it, had ultrasound, had a massage, and then did a lot of stretching and told me that he is a little bit ginger, but nothing could keep him out of a game like this. Let's go down to Jim Gray.
All right, thank you very much, Ahmad. One further Bulls note. I just spoke to Ron Harper. He is suffering the effects of the flu. He's very weak. He can't hold any food down. He will start. He will play. Just how long and how effective he doesn't know.
On Pippen. They'll try and post Scottie on him. They go to it right away. Stockton comes over on the double team. Now back to Scottie, and they couldn't recover. Hornacek was left alone with him, and an easy 2 for Scottie.
Hey, when he reached up for the rim and he pulled it down, I think he stretched up and he grimaced as he came down and he could barely run.
So as you could hear, Scottie Pippen's got a bad back. Ron Harper is sick. So you got 2 of your starters already behind the 8 ball. Jordan's going to have to come up really big for them to have a chance to win this game. And through the course of the game, this is what happened with the status of Scottie Pippen's back.
You know, Pippen is really hurting, but he's playing in pain as he takes Adam Keefe into the middle and shoots his patented little jump hook. And as he falls to the floor, you can see it's very difficult for him to get up with that bad back. You see him running up the floor, not able to get the type of push and the speed that he normally would have.
Ahmad Rashad back at the Delta Center, and during that timeout, I just spoke with Chip Schaefer, the trainer for the Chicago Bulls. He said that Scottie Pippen is not sore, he is just sore, and he's having a problem really with his mobility, not able to bend over and grab the ball, but hopefully as he plays further and gets more warmed up, it'll improve. That's what they're hoping. Ahmad Rashad back at the Delta Center, and early on, Scottie Pippen re-injured his back on that dunk shot that he had just at the beginning of the game. He has been in the locker room for the past 5 or 6 minutes trying to stretch that back out. He has both doctors in there. They're just trying to see what they can do to get him ready to play. And if anything else happens, I will be here to report it to you.
So he's all jacked up. He's not himself. He's doing what he can, trying to be a decoy just to get anybody to pay attention to him, I guess, to get him away from the middle of the floor. But he's not himself. He's a non-factor, essentially. Even defensively, non-factor. So in the middle to the end of the second quarter, with Scottie Pippen going in and out of the lineup with a jacked up back, who do you think was keeping the Bulls in it? See for yourself.
Then the run off the glass.
Jordan wheels inside around Anderson, and again it's a 2-point game. Jordan, daylight for 3. 13 for Michael. Utah by 1. For the mailman. Jordan for 3. And there's his answer.
I think that's his third 3 of the game.
It was Russell's first basket. Here's Michael. He's got 21. Jordan's the guy they want, even more so than usual, and that's why 15 of his 23 have come in this quarter.
So this is the last quarter of Michael Jordan's Bulls career. This is every point he scored in the fourth quarter of Game 6.
Hard enough to rest on defense and try to conserve his energy for offense.
Here he is on offense, and he'll be coming to the foul line.
That's an aerobic exercise.
Without Pippen, he's not going to get that rest.
Jordan against Anderson. He's still Michael Jordan. Russell is on him. He gets by him. Now Carr comes over and commits the foul. So they had it removed. Jordan with the jumper. And with 37 points, as Utah falls behind now for the first time since midway through the second quarter. Has to get rid of it. Gets it right back from Pippen. Double pump, knocked away by Carr, and a foul.
Harper or Pippen beat you from the perimeter. Post.
Take the lead with a three of their own. Jordan. Jordan ties it. Cross court, Stockton, a three, it's there! Pippen into Jordan. Michael working on Russell, brings them to within one.
They scored within 4 seconds there. That's how quickly that changes now. Now it puts the pressure on the Jazz to score once again.
Jordan with 43. Malone is doubled. They swat at it and steal it. Here comes Chicago. 17 seconds. 17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan open. Chicago with the lead. Timeout, Utah. 5.2 seconds left. Michael Jordan running on fumes with 45 points. Stockton. Harper's on him. Behind the screen. Harper got a piece of it. It comes off. The Chicago Bulls have won their 6th NBA championship, and it's their second three-peat.
Yeah, Jordan got 16 points in the fourth quarter, and they needed every one of them to get that win. Game 6, Michael Jordan was 15 for 35, 42.9%. 1 rebound, 1 assist, 4 steals, none bigger than the one on Karl Malone, the biggest steal of his career, bar none. He only had 1 rebound and 1 assist because all he was focused on was scoring because he had to. Pippen jacked up. Nobody on the Bulls was stepping up. The announcer said several times, if not Jordan, who's going to step up? Maybe Kukoc? Yeah, it was Jordan or bust. He was 12 for 15 from the line, which was huge. 45 points, only 1 turnover, a game score of 28.5. His best game of the series, and it came at a very opportune time. Scottie Pippen, I realized he was injured, but this just adds to the narrative of, come on, let's be reasonable. Pippen has no business even being mentioned in the 1998 finals. And I've never heard anybody directly say it, but this is the last one. I said I would do them all. Pippen was 4 for 7 from the field, 57.1%. 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. No free throw attempts because he wasn't driving to the basket. He couldn't. 8 points. He had 2 turnovers, a game score of 8.3. Scottie Pippen in this series had 4 games of the 6 where his game score was 10.7 or under. And I know some people are questioning game score, but I think it is fairly legitimate, though. It gives you a good measure of how good a game somebody had. Everything comes into play. For the series as a whole, it's a laugher. Michael Jordan went 70 for 164, 42.7%. 24 rebounds, 14 assists, 11 steals, 4 blocks. He shot 57 for 70 from the free throw line. 33.5 points he averaged, though. That's really good. Only 10 turnovers. That's less than 2 a game. That's excellent. A game score average of 21.4. That means Michael Jordan had a good finals. Wasn't great, it wasn't legendary, but it was a good finals. No doubt about it. But he had some good moments in there. Scottie Pippen shot 34 for 83 for 41% even. 41 rebounds, 29 assists. He had 17 more rebounds than Jordan did. He had 15 more assists than Jordan did, 1 less steal. He had 1 more block. He was 20 for 24 at the line, which is really good for Pippen's standard. He averaged 15.7 points per game, which is just meh. especially for your number 2. 16 turnovers, which is average. His average game score in the series was 13.0. So that wraps up 1998. Which one of these finals do you think Scottie Pippen had the biggest claim on? I'm going to do a video that shows you he did not have any stake of any claim. It also has to do with Pau Gasol, this 2010 business. I heard Scapatek doing a video. But there's something that nobody is touching on that will shut these idiots up once and for all about this finals MVP junk. Not only for Jordan, but for Kobe and for a lot of players. That's going to come out tomorrow. Anyway, that's all I got for this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked it, please hit the like button. If you wouldn't mind sharing it, that would be great. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. I give daily content. And that's it. Until next time.